Yeah, hey guys, good morning. Let's just do a quick rundown here before the bell. Um, I posted in the room a little bit. We had some nice plays here in Forex, so uh, come on. So big picture, I think we're high within the range. I was trying to save some size if maybe we push back up into 114 here. I think big picture we're going to make a lower high. I really don't think we're going to retest 116. That would be that, dollar index 92 level. I mean, anything's possible, but I just think more than likely we're probably going to make a lower high relative to these highs here in June. So maybe the market already did that. So we made some sales, right in front of 114. I missed selling this push, but we overall, I mean, these were pretty good sales. So just keep trading it around. We are oversold relative to where we come from, 113 and a half. Yeah, you're back around the 200, which is ascending, and the cycle is low. So if you made some, if you made some sales higher, you need to get some back here, and then, we'll look to put it back out around the 30 hour here as that starts to roll over. But overall, that position's looking good now. That's a longer term core short, so this is my average, but I'm going to get bigger size now. Um, on the next rally, and that's going to bring the average cost up nice and tight, close to the market. And so, we'll keep working that position. But you're going to see how we work a longer term core and then trade around the intermediate term. And then you can obviously day trade it also and pick up your size even more. All right, so it's the same across the board. Whether you're looking at euro pound, this was a nice move. I think we might have even sold a high long term if you look at the monthly. I was offering 87 and a half. We couldn't get that high, but we made nice sales here. You can see my average is, I think, 185.50 or so. So I'm playing for a move all the way back down here into the 70s, and we'll see. We still maybe push the highs from 2012, 2013. Yeah, excuse me, 2013. So we'll see. This has been a pretty good move up, pretty high within the cycle. So this trend is still bullish, however, more on the daily. You can see this is in an uptrend. So just be aware of the fact that this is a pretty contrarian play, but we are playing this for the long term, so I'm okay with it. But that said, it's the same kind of thing as a euro here. You want to make some covers into this 200 here. So if you sold well with us, book some gains here for sure. This has been a nice move. What is that, 180 pips or so? So definitely cover some. You can just eyeball it. It's oversold. We're low within the cycle. So we covered there this morning. I don't have anything on euro yen, but euro's oversold across the board. Oh, euro, New Zealand dollar. I like being short here. Good carry, but same thing. Oversold, lower than the cycle, so you need to cover some. But this was another nice move. I missed selling this bounce. Some of my traders caught it. But anytime you get a rally back into the bands here when they're rolled over and the wave formation is negative or bearish, you want to be selling into that rally. That was a perfect location. It was high within the cycle, and look at that failure. I mean, that's why the model, I built it that way. It's a nice process. So stocks are about to open. We sold pretty much the highs yesterday into that double top. So that's your line in the sand, big picture. We'll see if maybe that holds as a high into September. That would be interesting. But for now, I would play an intermediate term range. Use 2191, and then on the downside, 2175 is probably what matters now. It's kind of a wide zone. 2160 to 2172, the market should find support. All right, and then more on a near-term basis, I don't know. This is probably market's under pretty decent pressure right off the bat here. You can try to play 2182. I would just play it small. I mean, I think the better risk reward is more like 2175, 2191 to get involved. So you're just kind of in the middle here at 2180. But you could buy small and maybe you get a rally back towards 2190. That's pretty decent risk reward. Risk 2 points here to maybe make 10. But again, it's not a great edge. It's right in the middle. So I'm gonna play more like 2175 or maybe make some sales again at 2190. Okay, same thing in the Dow. You know, I'm playing a swing core long in the Dow. I'm long down here from 18,445, so I'll put some back on that I took off on these highs. I'll put some back on down here. This is the bottom of your 2 standard deviation regression channel, and you can see that it's pretty much defined the trend pretty well here for the last several weeks. So you want to be a buyer down here, and we want to be a seller up here. Alright, long gone hasn't done much overnight. I think we're probably going to push into the upper bands here, or not bands, excuse me, the regression channel. So I'm long from down here around 171.05, and I'm going to punch some more out. You know, you can offer 173. I like to step a little bit in front of the bigger figures, so instead of 173.15, maybe offer 173.13. And then the highs here is 173.29. I'd step a little bit in front, like 173.28. So you can offer out at those prices. And if you want to day trade it, we're just in a range trade here, but I like how pi is kind of tracking. So let this cycle come back down on the 5-minute, and maybe you nibble down here. Or if this starts to make new highs, you can buy towards the 30 on the 5-minute as this comes back up. That's something you're gonna have to follow in the trading room. All right, and then gold. I'm gonna add some back here in gold. But I'm gonna be patient here. This 1335 level I said yesterday, if it breaks that, then we might be gonna retest 1311. 1311 is the TMS, or you know, that's the reversal where if you break 1311, it's also the lower bands here. So then you can get a move. You know, you would need to see a daily close below 1311, but then you can see a move back to 1252 or so. All right, that would be my call. So I'm going to be a little bit patient, but I've been playing this from the long side pretty successfully. So I'm going to just maybe buy 1 or 2 lot here and see if we can get a bounce for the near term. But you can see the micro or near term is kind of rolling over as pi's downtrending now. So I sold some into that pi area, which was the right move. You could have even played a short there if you had a smaller time frame. But big picture global macro, I mean, I like playing gold from the long side, so that's kind of my bias. That's how I'm going to play it. Copper, I haven't recovered any, but it's signaling. I mean, you want to talk about global growth bottoming or some sort of big picture, you know, the economy's turning the corner. I mean, that's a joke. Look at new lower lows copper. It's in a downtrend. I still think it's going to test 205 or $2. So I think I wish I had a bigger short on. I'm only down in my last piece, so I'm just going to ride that. All right, silver we bought well. It's the same thinking as gold. I bought a little, punched some out. We're at the bottom of the bands here, so maybe we get a little bit deeper correction back here towards 15, 16, 17. But that's where I'm going to really bulk up my size, both on futures and on silver wheaton, which is a play we like in my preferred portfolio. That's the investor service. And then as far as oil goes, I really miss selling back. This was a nice pi came, rolled over, market sold off, retraced about 50% of this move right into pi. that was the place to sell some more. And had you done that, you could have covered here this morning. So I'm going to offer some out at 48 and 48 and a half, and then I'm going to try to resell any bounce back into like this 49, 49 and a half zone. I'll get heavier. So I sold pretty well November contracts and October, and then we covered some here. And I'm playing some 47 puts that I'm out of the money on, but that's my core piece. So I'm gonna keep trading it around, and then big picture, we like being short from up at these levels. All right, we sold 51s, 52s on the older contracts when we were up here in June and July, and then covered in front of 40. And now we're back at those levels. So you want to be a seller here, big picture. I think that pretty much does it, guys. We'll see you in the room. And if you're new, go ahead and visit the site, Jenkins RM, risk management, jenkinsrm.com. I have a trading room that's free. A lot of forex traders, a lot of commodity traders. I mean, we're trading a little bit of everything, and pretty much on all time frames. So if you're a bigger picture investor, if you're a day trader, swing trader, we're doing it all in that room. So a lot of seasoned traders, new traders, but check us out. It's free to join, and I'll talk to you guys a little later.